You know, there's a little movie coming. You might be forgiven if you forget that there's a little film coming called Spider-Man Far From Home.
No.
Because a lot of people actually have. Still being in the giant Endgame hangover that we're living in right now, and everybody's counting down. By the way, it may not catch Avatar. I've been saying I'll still put $10 on this going to catch Avatar, but it made about $11 million worldwide this week, and it's still got over 50 to go. It might not get... Anyway, that's another topic for another time. But in the aftermath and in the hangover of Endgame and all of its glory, we knew theoretically there's this Spider-Man Far From Home movie coming, but I haven't been actually, honestly, sensing a lot of buzz from people at this point. I'm psyched for this movie, but at any rate, yesterday on social media, the director of Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, John Watts, got on social media and proclaimed, it's finally done. He's wrapped. They have picture lock. Spider-Man Far From Home is now complete. And by the way, it's coming out in about a month. It's coming out in about a month. Robert, a couple things here. Have you sensed, like I have, that there hasn't been an awful lot of buzz and chattering about Far From Home? If so, what do you attribute that to? Is it the fact that we're still kind of in the afterwash of Endgame? Do you think people just don't care about Spider-Man? And now that it's done, do you think Disney might put a little bit more oomph and put their, the pedal to the metal a little bit more on getting marketing, getting the word out about this film? How do you think this whole thing's going to unwrap here?
Well, I think, it's the summer movie season. And we just came off of Endgame. Aladdin is doing, past $500 million worldwide.
Right?
And I think they're sort of weathering the, let's not call it a storm because that has a negative connotation. They're weathering the adventure, say, of all of the summer movies that are coming out before Spider-Man Far From Home comes out. And that is, of course, including Toy Story 4. I think we're going to see the Spider-Man merchandise and, not merchandise, the marketing ramp up along with the release of Toy Story 4. They're going to really start pushing it in the next coming weeks. I don't know if you saw this. One of the things that I had Spider-Man on the brain all weekend because John Favreau has a new cooking show on Netflix, Chef. Well, in it, he had Gwyneth Paltrow. And they're talking, and Favreau says, yeah, it's like when you were in Spider-Man. And Gwyneth Paltrow's like, I wasn't in Spider-Man. And he's like, yeah, you were. And she's literally perplexed. She's like, I wasn't in Spider-Man. He goes, yeah. When we were going to, when Tony was going to present Spider-Man and make him an Avenger, you come out of the boardroom and you say, what's the deal? She had no idea that she was in the last Spider-Man movie. And it was kind of, I don't think it was a setup. It seemed endearing. Look, it's movies. It could have been made up. But it looked like she literally was like, I wasn't in Spider-Man. It just led me to understand, like, when these actors go and they're making Endgame and they're making Infinity War, and they don't even know what they're shooting for what. Is this a post-credit scene? Is this a... And I thought it was just delightful. And it just made me want to see Spider-Man Far From Home that much more. It was my favorite bit of viral marketing for Spider-Man Far From Home. Gwyneth Paltrow not knowing she was in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Now, Jonathan, if I remember correctly, you've got a daughter that is like crazy for Marvel films.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just curious. Let's get to the grassroots here.
Okay.
Are you hearing her talking about the new Spider-Man movie? Are you hearing? Is there any talk about Spider-Man in your house right now?
She's okay. Yes, but she's still like going on just binges of theories on YouTube for Endgame coming in. Okay, so this is what happened. This is what I think happened. I'm like, oh, okay.
How old is she?
She is 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she's right there in the but she's very excited about anything Marvel MCU. She's like, she just wants, because here's the thing: you got this launching pad. It couldn't have been a better launching pad than the second biggest so far movie of all time.
Yeah, coming out
leading
of
into Spider-Man Far From Home. People want to see what happens next, and that's what that's her.
Well, so what? And one of the things we were talking about is that the fact that in the latest marketing they are including the Tony Stark stuff. They are now directly in their marketing. They're starting to directly tie Endgame to it. Look, we saw Ant-Man and the Wasp get a bigger opening than the first Ant-Man did coming out of Infinity War. I think we're going to see the same thing. I know I'm excited about it. What about you guys? Are you guys stoked for the new Spider-Man? Yay or nay? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. As a matter of fact, guys, that's going to be the topic of today's question of the day. Our question of the day today is, and you can answer it by just going over to Twitter right now. There's my Twitter handle right there. And answering today's question of the day. With the Spider-Man director now saying Far From Home is officially done, where is your anticipation level for the film? High, low? You forgot about it due to Endgame, hangover, whatever. Now, I put this up about 15 minutes ago, and here's what you guys are saying right now. As of right now, we've got about 1,500 responses. 55% of you are saying you're really excited about it. 33% are saying you're sort of excited about it. 6% are saying you completely forgot about it. And that leaves us with 6% saying not excited. So if you guys want to jump over there, register your votes on that as well. We'll come back and visit that again in just a little bit.